What is going on YouTube? It is ARailR32 here, and before you guys start asking about what the deck profile is, I'll go into that in a second. It's actually a special treat for you guys. I've been wanting to show this deck off for a while, but I haven't been want my teammates to see. I wanted to surprise them with it, but might as well show it out to the world. It's my own little personal build. This is my own build. I did not net deck this from anybody. Um, I took the skeleton of some builds from the past, and I pretty much made this build on my own. Anyways, before I start this video, I want to let you guys know that thank you for being understanding of yesterday. I was just really busy with school, and today I was really busy, and just a lot of stuff going on. But I have 55 subscribers now, and all I need is 5 more to hit that 60 mark. And Charlie Chaplin, in case you don't know, my teammate, he has his own YouTube channel, and he has 60 subscribers. So if we could beat him and just get past 60 and get to like 70, because I really want some bragging rights, because Charlie seems to beat me in every single shape or form in every single thing that both of us do, and whether it be Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever, it always seems that he's always better than me. So I want to be able to beat him at something, because I've been doing YouTubing since Yu-Gi-Tubing since 2009. I know I like to think I know a little bit more than he does for once. But two, the deck profile. What this deck is, it is known as not really Neo-Spacian Junk and Debris, but more a Neo-Spacian deck. That's right, Neo-Spacians. Now you guys are probably wondering what in God's name do over half of these cards do. I'm going to go through each card, and I'll explain what they do as they go along. And some cards will look more familiar than others, obviously. So, to start off the deck, we have 2 Armageddon Knight. Obviously, when you summon, send a Dart Monster from your deck to the graveyard, and you'll see why I use 2 of him in a second. 1 BLS, because it's very easy to get Light and Darks in the grave, and same thing with Chaos Source, and they are both boss monsters, and more boss monsters the better. 2 Cross Porter. He is a dark type. He's the dark that you usually want to drop with Armageddon Knight. What he does is you can send 1 monster you control to the graveyard to special summon 1 Neo-Spacian monster from your hand. When this card is sent to the graveyard, you can add 1 Neo-Spacian monster from your deck to your hand. So you can summon him straight up, send him to the graveyard, play, for example, a Air Hummingbird from your hand, gain 500 life points for each card in your opponent's hand, and then you can get a search for a new Neo-Spacian in your hand. So basic play would be summon Armageddon Knight, drop Cross Porter in the grave. Cross Porter's effect gets you any of your Neo-Spacians into your hand. And then we have Jaden's Ace card, 2 Elemental Hero Neos. Oh my god. But yeah, pretty much another good boss card, I guess, whenever he's combined with the Neo-Spacians to make basically any of your extra deck cards that involve Neos. 2 Elemental Hero Prisma. I was using 3, but 2 suffices enough just because you use 2 Hero Lives and a Stratos. Easy searches for your Neos and your Prismas. Prisma, you just activate the effect. You can even just reveal Neos Knight, and then you could just send Neos from your deck to the grave, or reveal Storm Neos to send Neos Air Hummingbird Aqua Dolphin. Pretty much just to dump Neos into the grave, and then use Miracle Contact. And also 1 Stratos, kind of already explained that, just to be able to help get Neos and Prisma as fast as you can. 1 Neo-Spacian Air Hummingbird. You use Air Neos, and you also use Storm Neos, which you can combine Air Hummingbird with Neos and some other cards in order to make Air Neos is Neos and Air Hummingbird, and then Storm Neos is Aqua Dolphin, Neos, and Air Hummingbird. Pretty much everybody knows that this card does gain 500 life points for every card in your opponent's hand. Aqua Dolphin, basically a trap dust shoot on walking. Well, not on walking. Trap Dust Shoot with legs. 800 defense, 600 attack, water type, 3 stars, warrior, and since he is a warrior, he is searchable by Rhoda. Once per turn, you can discard 1 card, look at your opponent's hand, and choose 1 monster card in it. If you control a monster with an attack greater than or equal to the attack of the chosen card, destroy the chosen card and inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Otherwise, take 500 damage. So basically, if your opponent has all spells and traps, you don't take you don't take damage. That's been ruled correctly. Because it says destroy the chosen card and inflict 500 damage to your opponent. Otherwise, take 500 damage. Otherwise, meaning if they have any monster with higher attack, if they don't have any targets, then you can't pick anything. So you shouldn't have to take 500. And I did look up that ruling. So, and if you do want to say that I'm wrong, go ahead and comment down below. I'm not saying I'm the god of rulings. I could be wrong, but from what I did my research on, everybody says that you do not take 500. If you have if your opponent has nothing but spells and traps. Dark Panther, you really don't use this effect a lot, but it pretty much has a copycat effect, taking the effect of a monster. Target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls until the end phase. While you control this face-up card, this card's name and effects become those of that target. So it's pretty good in a mirror match. And he's also another dark type. And also Neos and Prisma are also light types. So that's 4 light targets, plus the 2 Cross Porters is 2 dark targets, plus the Dark Panther's 3 dark targets. So all in total, For darks, you have 2, 4, 5 darks, excluding Chaos Sorcerer, including Chaos Sorcerer, you have 6. And for light targets, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you have an even amount. You pretty much have a good even amount of light and darks in order to drop BLS and Chaos Sorcerer very easily. And Glowmoss, he's actually saved me a couple times. Whenever I've been in a sticky situation, you can just summon him and hope to God that your opponent draws a monster. What he does is he's a light 3-star, so being able to drop BLS very easily. When this card attacks or is attacked, your opponent draws 1 card, reveal it, and based on its type, apply this effect. Monster, and the battle phase. That's it. The battle phase just ends. Spell, if this card is attacking, you can change it to a direct attack instead, and then trap, change this card to defensive. So really, if you're kind of in a sticky situation, you would really hope that your opponent draws a monster, they reveal it, and then you get to not only see that card. Yes, they do get a +1 out of it, but you're ending their battle phase. Grand Mole, we all know that this card's busted, and Grandiose is a busted card of its own. For the spells, we have 2 hero lives. Pay half your life points, play level 4 lower hero from your deck. I'm sorry, elemental hero from your deck. So you can be able to drop, you could go hero lives, drop Prisma, summon another Prisma, activate the effect of 1 Prisma, reveal, say, Grand Neos, send Neos, activate the effect of the other Prisma, reveal Grand Neos, dump the Grand Mole, contact, use both Prismas, and drop Grand Neos. 3 Convert Contact. This card's so good. Activate only while you control no monsters. Send 1 Neo-Spacian monster from your hand, 1 from your deck to the graveyard, then draw 2 cards. So the basic play is you activate Convert Contact. You send Dark Panther from either your hand or deck to the grave, and then Glow Moss from either your hand or deck to the grave. So let's say you got Dark Panther in your hand, you send Dark Panther to the grave, send Glow Moss from your deck to the graveyard, shuffle, draw 2 cards, banish Dark Panther and Glow Moss to drop your either BLS or Chaos Sorcerer. So definitely 3. You also get a +2 out of it, or a +2 draw. Dark Hole, obvious. 2 E-Call, you know, search out the Stratus and Prismas. Prismas and Stratos. ASAP. Excuse me. Foolish Burial. Foolish Burial to dump the Cross Porters if need be, or to dump any Neo-Spacians in your graveyard for Miracle Contact, which is a boss card in itself. Heavy Storm, because this deck doesn't need to get rid of backers ASAP, because you don't use MST. 3 Miracle Contact. Now, what the crap does this do? Very busted card. You shuffle into the deck from your hand, field, or graveyard the fusion material monster that are listed on an elemental hero fusion monster that lists elemental hero Neos as a fusion material, then special summon that fusion monster from your extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. So you could go Foolish Burial, send Air Hummingbird to the graveyard, maybe use Monster Reborn to bring back the Aqua Dolphin to the field, activate Miracle Contact, send Neos from your hand back to the deck, Air Hummingbird back into the deck from your grave, and then the Aqua Dolphin from the field back to the deck, and play Storm Neos. And the effects of all these Neos cards are really good. And then 3 Miracle Fusion, because it gives you easy access to Shining, Ab-Zero, Neos Knight, all that good jazz. Monster Reborn, staple. Rhoda, kind of self-explanatory. Aqua Dolphin's a warrior, Strauss is a warrior, warrior. And then for the traps, not a lot. Double Bottomless. Just get those pesky monsters out of the way. TKR can really screw up this deck. Compulse to bounce back any monsters back to your opponent's hand that they spend all the time trying to drop in your shop. Nope, Compulse. Sup. And then Solemn Judgment, because good negation for the back row. And Double Torrential to keep simplification on the game on board. And then for the extra deck, we use Absolute Zero. We all know that this card's busted. You do use 1 water type, which is Aqua Dolphin, or plus if you've got these Neos monsters who all bounce back to the extra deck at the end of the turn, except for Neos Knight, if I'm correct. Yeah, Neos Knight does not bounce back to the extra deck, but Storm Neos, Grand Neos, Glow Neos, Aqua Neos, and Air Neos all bounce back to the extra deck at the end phase, unless like instant Neo Space is equipped to them, or Neo Space is on the field. So Absolute Zero leaves the field. For each water monster in the grave, gains 500 attack, leaves the field, blow up the field. Your opponent's field, I'm sorry. Air Neos can really be good for game winners, I'm not going to lie. And I really don't know why this card's expensive. I think it's because there's like a recent OTK that came out where you can be able to abuse the card. But he's made with Neos and Air Hummingbird, obviously, and he can only be special from the extra deck by returning the above cards you control the deck. You don't use polymerization, blah, 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 blah. While your life points are lower than your opponent's, this card gains attack equal to the difference. This card returns the extra deck during the end phase. So let's say I actually won a game because of this. I was at 400 life points. My opponent was at 8,000. I drop Air Neos. He gained 7,600. That was game. And he had a 2,400 beater on board. Sorry! Aqua Neos. He's made with Aqua Dolphin and Neos. Special from the extra deck. Turn the above cards of the deck. Blah, blah, blah. Same thing as Air Neos. Once returned, you can discard a card, destroy a random card in your opponent's hand. During the end phase, shuffle this card into the extra deck. Be careful, though, because if your opponent has Stardust Dragon, it says destroy a random card in your opponent's hand. So be careful of that. Another good play is let's say you go Monsterborn Neo, summon Aqua Dolphin, pitch a card, look at your opponent's hand. You have a 2500 beater, pop a card, they take 500. Contact Fusion, Aqua Neos, discard a card, pop another random card in their hand. Good hand advantage is good hand advantage. Glow Neos, same thing as the others, Glow Moss and Neos. During the end, once per turn during your main phase 1, not during your main phase 2, your main phase 1, you can destroy one face-up card your opponent controls, and then based on the type, apply the proper effect. Monster, he can't battle this turn. Spell, he can attack your opponent directly this turn. And Trap, he's changing defense position. Also, keep in mind, Neos Knight and all the other Neos monsters, they all have 2500 attack, 2000 defense. So, very good. Grand Neos, Grand Mole, and Neos. Once per turn, you can turn a monster your opponent controls to its owner's hand, and then he bounces back to the extra deck. So, summon, bounce, attack. Sorry. Neos Knight, you really don't drop him a lot, but he's good just in case if you need to get out of a sticky situation. I've said that a lot in this video. He cannot be special summoned except by Fusion Summon. This card gains attack equal to half the attack of the Warrior-type Fusion Material monster used to Fusion Summon this card, other than Elemental Hero Neos. This card can attack twice during each battle phase. If this card attacks or is attacked, your opponent takes 1 battle damage. So say you Stratos and Neos, he'll gain an extra 1800 attack, but he doesn't do any damage. Storm Neos is one of the nicer ones that I do like. He's made with Neos, Air Hummingbird, and Aqua Dolphin. Same thing as the others. Once per turn, you can destroy all spells and trap cards on the field. Broken. This card returns to the extra deck during the end phase. When this card is returned to the extra deck by this effect, return all cards on the field to the deck. So you get to reuse all of your stuff. I mean, it's just so good. I love it. Double Shining, we all know how good this is, and you can easily banish stuff. And then some good exceeds, Blade Armor, Detach, attack twice directly, 4400. Excalibur, 4000 beater. Mace Stroke is just good. Shockmaster, get yourself out of those crazy situations where you just want to be able to negate stuff and be like, hi, how are you doing? And then Utopia for negation, and Photon, Papillo Operative, or Papillo Operative, however the heck you want to say it. Butterfly, Assassin, Dagger, Elma thing, whatever. So, hope you guys enjoyed this deck. I love this deck. It is so much fun, so competitive. It will really throw people off if you take it to a regional, because they're going to be like, what the crap does an Aqua Dolphin do? And then they're going to be like, does it, like, scream at the opponent with, like, a eel sound? I don't know. And then you're going to drop BLS, and they're going to be like, well, I'm screwed. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for 55 subscribers. Please click that like button. 4 likes on this video would be really awesome. No dislikes, please, because dislikes, they make me sad. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next video, and goodbye.